Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we are off for yet another update video. A little bit more edited than last one, because last time things got the most realist that it could have been, except for the previous one at the time, being the Cop Apocalypse. We pretty much had another Apocalypse due to the fact, but that was quite minor considering that we all had free time on our hands, because in the past 3 months, we've been busy. Last update, I talked about the fact that, you know, things were happening, a worldwide situation was going down, lockdown around here happened, and I thought things were going to slow down, but then, you know, give it a week later, and I actually found myself with no work, and things kicked into high gear, despite what I was saying, where things will probably slow down because of mental health, as well as just not having the time. I wasn't in the mood, and then, you know, things happened. Hanging out with mates, getting on with videos, making plans, and, you know, you have to change your plans on an occasional basis. But the thing about the last update is that happened a week before I left work. I'm going back to work in a couple of days from now, July 6th, so things are going to be swapped around again to what I originally said beforehand. Things are going to slow down a bit, mainly because I'm going to be working, but I have the ability to slow down a bit because I'm going to be working and all that, as well as the additional stresses that come with, as well as the less amount of free time. But I have a bucket list, and not only that, but, you know, we've actually got through a lot of things during that time as well. So, as I've said, we've been pretty productive. Before we have a quick overview, for each of these 3 months that have happened between last update and this update, pretty much UK's lockdown, and we've had effectively 3 worldwide situations. Let's overview them very quickly. Let's not take too much time on this, because we don't want politics. First, the thing that caused the initial lockdown in the first place. 2, the BLM movement, which led to riots, led to protests, led to other stuff that we're not going to stick too much on, because I don't want to be talking about that stuff, because we are a gaming channel and YouTube is probably not happy already. And then the mass load of confessions that have been happening, and, you know, even more spark of cancel culture. And it's just like, okay, the people who have been bad should be cancelled, but, you know, you shouldn't be, like, you know, forcing things down people's throats, like actors that were given a script and did it to their amazing ability to, you know, do the performance, and then you attack the people who voiced the character. Sorry that they were given a script and that was the storyline planned out by the people that they were given lines to voice. It wasn't the actor's fault. Don't attack them. It's not good. But the productivity, that's enough politics for now, because this is a channel update, and even though these things do affect mental health, which affects the creator, which affects, you know, their creating habits, and their mood, and their motivation, this is what we have done the past 3 months. Going down the list, we have almost done daily uploads throughout this entire time. Shadow Man is done, with a remaster on the way next year. I have the Shadow Man sequel right here. We finally started off the board streams with my initial friend group, you know, the Nerd Herd and all that, getting along with people, playing some board games, tabletop experiences and all that on a digital front, but still really good fun time, and allowing people who are watching in chat to join in as well. The main draw, I've recently released a what is a board stream. You can click in the card, that will explain to you exactly what it is in about 2 minutes flat. I was in the process of recreating Undertale in Mario Maker 2's world creation as soon as that update came available, mainly because I was riding on the hype train, and it also finally sparked to make me do something in the game, because other than, you know, amiibo costumes in the previous game, there wasn't anything like that was really drawing me into Mario Maker 2. That was my brother's game, while Mario Maker 1 was my game. It's kind of a funny that, so it's kind of a funny thing that, so it's like, I wanted to, because of other people recreating stuff in Animal Crossing, like A Link to the Past's Hyrule, they made the whole island that, or even the Breath of the Wild Hyrule. That's insane. And then people started to, like, you know, make 2D recreations in the World Maker. I wanted to do that, and I still haven't got past a waterfall yet. so it shows how close I am to being done. I'm not even halfway there yet. And speaking of Mario Maker 2's world creation, he recreated the entirety of Madagascar Operation Penguin in Mario Maker 2's world creation. I was live streaming the last 2-3 levels of my Undertale recreation in Mario Maker 2's world creator, and by doing so, funnily enough, I actually reached Twitch affiliate. I am now Twitch affiliate, so subs, bit donations, and chat points are all now available. So we've actually made a bit of progress on Twitch, which, considering that if I didn't have the free time and I didn't have so many ideas to live stream, I probably wouldn't have reached that. And I do thank you guys for coming out on the streams, because I don't stream often, but when I do, it seems to be a treat. And that was like quite a few streams, because we not only did a few streams such as that sort, we also did a few other games like Unfortunate Spaceman and Dead by Daylight with a few of the group. And we also did the entirety of Sabrina Brat Attack, a very old PC game that I just happened to stick in and it works, without any like testing or compatibility things with Stellar Chondrite. We had a way over time, we had a bit of a nostalgic blast, and yeah, that was pretty fun. So yeah, we've done a lot of stuff on Twitch the past 3 months as well, so it hasn't been just on YouTube, it's been on both platforms. Since I mentioned my brother, yes, Four Swords is done, which also means that A Link to the Past is now done. We started Zelda A Link to the Past and Zelda Four Swords pretty much at the same time and finished pretty much exact same time throughout these 3 months as well. So yeah, everything kind of went the way we expected. Actually, some things we didn't expect to happen happened, and most of the time that was Aaron literally finding 3 rupee shard gardens in Talus Cave. Plus, I've had a few weird instances in Link to the Past as well. Quite a few rare drops and enemies scatmanning. And speaking of Zelda, I've also did a bit more of Majora's Mask 3D for Patreons. We're now up to episode 7, and I'm working on more. But I haven't been the only one busy, as I've said, with Aaron editing his videos for Zelda Four Swords, because A Link to the Past and Four Swords on GBA on the same cartridge, linked together in certain instances, because, both games on one save file, you make progress on one, you unlock stuff in the other, vice versa. And really the only thing that we got to do now is the DSiWare exclusive stuff on the Anniversary Edition. So we've got that to do next. We've only got the 2 dungeons, and we didn't mention those during the LP, the Realm of Memories and the Hero's Trial. That's not going to be fun. With that, just because I want to shout out a few of my other mates due to, since my content might be dropping a tad in terms of frequency, other people are starting to get, a bit more active. First of all, Wilfons has relaunched his channel with a live streaming schedule, but this time he's live streaming on YouTube and not Twitch. As soon as one of his streams finish on YouTube, it's immediately archived so you can watch it whenever you need to. If you want to stay up to date on his schedules per week, then either check out his Twitter or in the Discord, which we have a link in the description below, which is also where you will find Super Linkario, who has also relaunched her channel after years of inactivity, and all the stuff that she has done and completed is still there, like our Super Mario 64 multiplayer, as well as her Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty, but she has relaunched solely with live streams. There is a bit of editing here and there, but it's mostly live streams, which are done on Twitch and archived on YouTube. She's currently doing Zelda Skyward Sword, she's redone that, and also Super Mario Galaxy. And I have been in a few live streams, some other people as well, like Alt Viking for example, which is another perfect segue, because he started making content. He's also live streaming mostly on Twitch, with his YouTube acting as an archive, but mostly on his Twitch you will find a lot of curated clips. So that might be something else that you might want to check. He does League of Legends with strategy games, Dead by Daylight, games sort of that nature, mostly when it comes to multiplayer sort of games. So, also Warhammer, because that was, I was actually in one of the first archive videos of that, and it spawned a meme that you probably would recognise if you watch board streams, which pretty much everyone here that I just mentioned has been in. So that's what's happened. What's the plan going forward? To be honest, I'm not too sure. Again, I've got my notes, I'm just reading them as I go, because there's a lot to talk about, but nothing really is certain. I'm not entirely too sure what I want to do. I blame this year for messing with my brain. Since Shadow Man is done, and I have mentioned this a bunch of times, even though I still haven't done it, I know, you can slaughter me if you want, Pikmin 2 Kaizo will take its spot. I did say that when Shadow Man is done, that opens up a spot for me to just focus like a main live stream on. Obviously, other stuff can happen randomly, like, oh, we have enough people to start a board stream with, so we can, like, you know, I don't know, play a bit of Uno, or the Game of Life through Tabletop Simulator, or something like that, Card Against Humanity. When it comes to actually live streaming, like, something on a regular basis, which used to be Shadow Man, because that went way longer than intended, but I enjoyed almost every minute of it. There's a few things I riffed on, a few things that did piss me off, but it's an old game. Hopefully the, you know, the remaster will sort some of that stuff out. But going on a tangent, Pikmin 2 Kaizo is pretty much what my main live streams for now are going to be. Kind of like how that, when we went back to Ocarina of Time Chaos Edition, we focused on that until it was done. Now, I'm not saying that I'll be doing it immediately after this. I've got work to focus on. But when it is done, I can edit them, while the live streamed archive that is kept on Twitch for at least, I think when I'm an affiliate, it's 60 days? 2 months, effectively, is still on Twitch. So until I edit them, you still have the raw version sitting up there for 2 months, so I can edit it down when I get the chance. And you know what? That'll probably give me some fun times, and we'll be upgrading to the new version. I'm still not entirely too sure if I want to do a recording on getting back to where I was on a new save file, so my totals aren't messed up, or just bite the bullet, load up, and just go get the treasure finder in one of the early caves I've already completed, because there's extra treasures in there than what is actually available on my current save file. My save file will be a tad bugged, but it won't screw up progression. So, still don't know what the plan there is, but Pikmin 2 Kaizo is pretty much the next thing I'm focusing on. As for my next major project, I'm not entirely too sure what it will be. I'm thinking of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, because that was already kind of hinted towards through previous update videos that I've talked about, mentioning it in passing, as well as, you know, actually having his icon on my channel banner before I did my 2 Halloween specials, and then Zelda: A Link to the Past and Four Swords came along. So his icon was already there. The prince's face was pretty much where Varric/Eris's face now is, because we did Earthbound Halloween, so that's still like there, but I still haven't actually made all the resources yet, and even so, I need to make the graphics, and I'm not entirely too sure if I want to start another project within this year. I mean, I was itching to do Zelda: A Link to the Past. I was planning to do so before everything went down, like last update, and, you know, I was itching to do it. I was raring to go, I had everything ready. I even had 3 episodes ready when I made that update video. I just had a few issues, but they were all sorted, and I had no more issues going forward. It was literally just a rocky start to launch it, but even so, we got through that, and I've enjoyed what I've done. I'm happy that the quality came out the way it did. I'm happy that I didn't have hardly any glitches at all. In fact, we didn't have hardly any footage glitches in Four Swords either, but there was one actual cartridge tilt that was quite surprising, but that's not on my end. But the thing is, and this is the big thing, we're already halfway through this year. We've still got half a year to go through. I'm not entirely too sure if I'm ready for another project yet, since I'm going back to work. I'm thinking about it. That's why Pikmin 2 Kaizo is kind of on my mind right now. That's what I'm trying to reassure you guys. When I have a bit of free time and I can get it all set up, I'm going to get on that. So, and they will be continued as live streams, because that'll be the best way to do it. We can knock a whole bunch at once, and then I can decide if I want to have the videos just be, you know, an hour or the usual 40 minutes or so. I'll decide how I'll split it up. It depends on what feels natural. I'm not worried about, you know, live stream archived chopped up videos meeting a certain length. I mean, board streams ain't going to be like that. It's split between rounds, which is a lot more natural. The reason why I say Prince of Persia: Sands of Time is like an idea for next project is that I could technically just hop in within the next week. I can, like, practice that game in like 1 or 2 day sitting and refresh my memory on where everything is and what I need to know and all that. And then I can just, you know, do it on the PS3 version, because I haven't touched that version yet. It's the same thing, but with trophies. I won't even need to edit the trophies, providing that nothing goes wrong in recording. What I want to actually get started on planning right now is the next Kingdom Hearts game I'm going to do. The thing is, I'm not entirely too sure if I want to do Chain of Memories or free for 8 over 2 days. Because technically, if I do free for 8 over 2 days until something happens, because it goes alongside both the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 and during Chain of Memories, once a certain thing happens in free for 8, we could segue to Chain of Memories, and then do Reverse of Birth Chain of Memories, and then go back to free for 8, because if you do the re-Chain of Memories on HD consoles, not the original on PS2, which requires Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix in order to unlock some stuff, you need to watch the entirety of Free for 8 over 2 days cinematics on the HD versions in order to unlock stuff in Chain of Memories on the HD versions. You see why this is confusing? So I might want to do all 3 of those games back to back to back. I'm not entirely too sure if I'm going to do Free for 8 over 2 days. 100%. It'll probably just be a playthrough, because I know that getting the final levels of the game is an almighty level grinder of astronomical proportions. Even if you're using a cheating device to give yourself 50,000 experience, it still takes goddamn forever. So it'll probably be a playthrough, and for Chain of Memories, no question in my brain, it's just going to be a let's play. I know that I did a playthrough for Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, because the only thing that I wouldn't have been able to get is all of the trophies, and I came so close to doing the gummy ship missions, which I went further than I thought. But I still showed every single one of them off and try to build the ships along with. In fact, if you get invested in it, it's really good. But I'd still say the gummy missions are better in Kingdom Hearts 2. Seriously, why does he have to make things so convoluted and complicated? I know people say it's not convoluted. Even people in the fan base try to argue it isn't. But hell, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, and even I know it's convoluted. Have you played Kingdom Hearts 3? Have you played Union Key? Have you beat Union Key? You can't beat it. Seriously. I cannot get through the latest story modes because all my best medals are light power medals, and enemies counter those automatically. I try to power up, I die. It's like, well, that's great. I can't beat the game now. Not only that, but I've got a bit of a backlog to clear out. I've got Xenoblade 2, which is way overdue. I've still got Pokemon Sword, since I've only got past the 3rd gym, and Tales of Vesperia Definitive, which I am woefully out of touch with. I really need to get back into that. In fact, I still have Fate Stella, Fate Link, which I have even less progress made on than Fate Extella, because that's just doing the missions all over again to get the best ranks. EX rank, I think. As well as obviously Higher Warriors Definitive, but those just go over a while, and you have to be in the mood for them. Then again, if anybody really wants to see me do those, I could dedicate those as live streams. They wouldn't be archived, but... Out of all this, however, and I have not been extremely diligent on it, but I have been in time, Hat in Time Challenge Roads will continue. It's just other mods probably not, because as I was busy with other stuff in the past 3 months, I haven't been dedicating time to Hat in Time, because we dedicated a lot of time to Hat in Time for quite a while. In fact, we've got just over 100 videos of that game alone. That's probably like the most videos I've done on any project, like in a single project, mind you. Not counting, like, you know, the amount of times I've done Ocarina of Time over the channel. What's that, 5 times? I keep forgetting. I need to go through it all back in my head in order to count, but over the course, that's probably 100 videos alone. But with Hat in Time, there's 50 main game videos, with a couple of mod videos sprinkled in, because, you know, that's for achievements. But there's also, in general, 50 mod videos, which it does have the challenge roads in them. And the mod, I said this in the last video actually, that the level compiler mod doesn't have the latest challenge roads available. It actually does. I haven't checked it recently, and I just assumed it still was only at 14, because I do remember when I checked it during challenge road 17, I think, it wasn't updated. Now it is. So the Epic Yoshi Master found a time to put the new ones in there, and it actually has the latest one, or up to the latest challenge road in there right now, so any trophies that you may have missed, you can go for again. But for the most part, I still want to stay on top of it. Thank God they're only releasing them within a month now, or a month and 2 weeks recently, because I've been busy with other stuff to the point that, oh, I've done it in the midst of its term. In fact, with the previous one, I had to keep changing the end date, so now I'm just leaving them as question marks, because I have no idea when. It used to be every fortnight. However, this was one thing that I did mention during the 2 online party videos to get the final achievements, which were tied to online party, which were in the main Let's Play. I was thinking of doing something what I did for that, as in, like, you know, talk to people via Discord, but instead of, you know, having them muted, they can be in if they want, similar to board streams. But obviously, it's online party. We can dedicate like a mass play to just different mods, mostly focused on online play. Maybe one mod for online play and do that as a live stream or something. That would probably be good, and that will have more mod videos come out to showcase them. We could even make a revisit to the Festival of Horrors, because that was supposed to be online centric, and I am missing 2 guys in there still, so I need to build up the ponds or whatever, and we could probably mess about with, like, maybe for Halloween there or something, unless I do something else for Halloween, like Shadow Man 2. And finally, Pokemon Go is kind of dead for me. I mean, it's dead in my particular situation, not because people are not going out. You can easily go out as long as you maintain social distancing, but the thing is that you have remote raid passes. You can do raids from your house when there's a legendary popping out like halfway across town or something, or across the village, down like the park, what have you. If it's in range and you can tap like what's nearby, what raids are going on, if you tap that, you can pop in one of the free raid passes they gave you when they introduced them. I've still got 6. No one's using them! Seriously, it's like, I have 6 raid passes, there's a new legend here. It's just dead in this area. There's no point me covering, oh yeah, there's another legend I can't get. Whoopity-doo. And, oh look, there's another Pikachu that wasn't advertised, it's wearing another hat that can't evolve. Why can't these Pokemon evolve all of a sudden? These Pikachus were able to evolve with their hats, so you can get a hat-wearing Raichu. You could get the baby version and have a hat-wearing Pichu. Not anymore you can't, it's now like Rayquaza hat Pikachu, Charmander hat Pikachu. There's a bunch of events here. Can't do them. I've got plenty of Pokeballs, I'm able to catch a lot of Pokemon. I can do the daily research breakthroughs, but it'll probably be a legend I already have, because how many Groudons have I got? How many times do I want to keep bumping into Articuno? And I'm not saying that I won't bump into a legend, but it'll be a legend that we've already seen, that I could have went and got. And it's just not substantial enough. That's the problem. I'm not even battling it, I'm just chucking a Pokeball, and I'm just going to use a Golden Raspberry, an Ultra Ball, try to get a good or a great, and I'll probably catch it, because it's a research breakthrough, you're not going to lose it. I've got plenty of Pokeballs. They keep giving you freebies for like 1 Pokecoin. To be honest, it had to happen at some point. I'm probably one of the longest people, even though I was late to the party to begin with, has been doing Pokemon Go, and I haven't even been doing it religiously. Well, that's the wrong word. It's probably like I haven't been doing it consistently, because I'm still not level 40, which I believe is still the max. But I'm level 34. Experience isn't getting any easier, even with experience with Lucky Eggs. And yeah, it's just kind of dead. So if anyone does miss those videos, I apologise, but unless something major happens, if I make a lot of progress, then I'll do like a mass load. I've still got the footage on my phone, so I'll keep it there just in case. I'm just going to have to, you know, add it all up. I haven't beaten any Rocket Grunts, haven't purified or caught any other shadows, because I haven't beaten any of the leaders either. Progress has stagnated, and it's going to happen, and it's finally happened for me. Probably get the worst of times, but even though we have remote options that they have specifically put in the game to get around this issue, people aren't using it, because every time I see a legend, I'm tapping for like the hour that it's available, trying to see if there's any number other than a 0 next to that remote pass. That remote raid pass, no one's using, So I think I have pretty much covered everything that is necessary to talk about. We've talked about the current situation of the world due to mental health and all that. I've talked about what we've done the past 3 months, which was very productive. What's happening later? I wish I could be a little bit more concrete, but you can't be. And we're only halfway through this year, and things are just as uncertain as when it began, really. And you can't really make plans. Obviously, when it comes to videos, I can just say, oh yeah, at some point I will start Prince of Persia: Sands of Time or a Kingdom Hearts game, but I need time to plan a Kingdom Hearts game. And except for Kingdom Hearts 1, because I knew that quite a bit because of the amount of times I played it. But in terms of Chain of Memories, probably don't need to plan too much. Favourite 2, definitely. I'm not entirely too sure how I want to capture that still. I would like to have more sharper graphics. I would really love a remake. Square didn't deliver, but it would be the DS version directly from my cartridge if I was going to do it, because I won't have any problems. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this update video. I hope it gave you something of worth of clarity. It was pretty much just something to bookend this 3 months effectively, so let you have a heads up knowing that I'm not going to be immediately available after the 6th of July. We're halfway through this year. We've got stuff to do. I hope that you'll be around for Pikmin 2 Kaizo when we do go live with it. I'll probably change the layout a tad. I'm probably going to have to rebuild it anyway. And I may even experiment with OBS because it's a lot better and I could probably get a bit more better quality out of it. Other than that though, yeah, I hope that you enjoy what I do have coming out. And if I have a bit of a dry spell, there's plenty others that you can check. Thank you again for Twitch affiliate. Thank you for coming out to the streams. Let me know what you want to see, because that does help. It might spark something. If you want me to actually get on with Kingdom Hearts, I'll probably start planning that. But you know, I've got other stuff to do as well, so I'm babbling at this point. So hope you guys staying safe, and yeah, I hope you enjoy what you're seeing. Check everyone else out as well. Check out the Discord, come chat, and I'll see you guys next time.